With a fragile 1.5 hearts, the chicken is an underrated mob that seeks to be taken seriously and perhaps shown more love. After all, which mob can help make cake and at the same time take away your FPS?
Welcome back, Minecraft friends. Doc Bones here. Today we are talking about Minecraft's incredible edible chicken. I'm going to tell you a few useful details about these fantastic feathered fowl mobs and a few less useful articles as well. So let's get started. Alright, so first obvious use of chickens is for their food. Cooked chicken provides about 3 drumstick points of nourishment when eaten, and raw chicken, while edible, only provides 1 drumstick point of nourishment, and this gives a 30% chance to create a hunger side effect that may prevent you from sprinting and also prevent you from getting health regen. So kind of stay away from raw chicken, just like real life. Chicken use number 2, eggs. Chicken provides lots of these eggs. So what you can do with them is you can use them for projectiles in PvP or just knocking mobs back, or sometimes if well positioned, you can kill them with them. It's actually pretty satisfying to kill a pillager off a wall if you knock him off perfectly with a projectile egg. What you can also do with the eggs is you can use them to make food. You can bake a cake or you can make a pumpkin pie, and that also helps you out. Chicken use number 3, the feathers. So once you have a lot of feathers, you can trade them with your Fletcher to get some gems, or you can use these feathers to make your own arrows if you prefer to. All in all, still useful for weapons. Number 4, have you ever needed a zombie to stay in your world without despawning? Maybe for your iron farm or just to show off some prisoners in the dungeon in your castle. You can always get an anvil, get a name tag, and slap that on your zombie. But you can also do the cheap and easy method. Just have the zombies chase you around an area where you've got a lot of chickens, perhaps next to your chicken coop, and there's always a chance a zombie's going to pick up an egg off the ground. Once a zombie's holding the egg, they will no longer despawn. They can still die, but they won't despawn. Number 5, easy XP. Most players have a ton of seeds lying around after harvesting their wheat or their beets. So what you can do with these seeds is to put them to good use and just feed them to your chickens. This is a great way of getting XP if you are equipped with mending items. So what you do is make sure you have these items equipped, maybe being held onto with your left hand, and just start feeding the chickens with the seeds. I think in this video I was able to level up from level 26 to early 29 just by feeding a couple of stacks of seeds. So it's very useful. It's much easier than making a zombie spawner. I mean, in my opinion anyway. So we're here now to the lesser known uses and maybe not so useful uses of chickens. So number 6, foxes love chickens. They love them so much that they will eat all your chickens given the chance. Unlike wolves that will probably eat some mobs when they're hungry, and once they've eaten, they stop. Foxes will devour all your chickens until there aren't any left. I've made this mistake before, that my chicken coop had a little opening and fox jumped in there and probably consumed about 300 chickens. So having foxes near your chicken farm may not be the best idea. Number 7, kids, don't try this at home unless you really want to try to have fun. So you can use chickens as a melee force field. Get enough chickens, make sure you're holding a seed, and once you have enough chickens, the mobs cannot get near you. I obviously won't recommend this against mobs in a hardcore world, or even in a hard world, in a hard mode world, and you've got a lot of archers. They're gonna destroy you. But just to play around, or if a need arises that you need to get to point A to point B and you don't have any weapons, but you do have seeds and a lot of chickens, this works pretty well. Chicken use number 8. So if you're building an iron golem farm but you don't have access to lava because it's pretty early in the game, fear not, just get a lot of chickens together and you can use the chickens to crush your iron golems. Sounds kind of silly, but sometimes finding lava in a bad location does happen, and if you just want to get started off having an iron golem farm, this works in the pinch. Chicken use number 9. It's a good way to irritate or prank your neighbor. Just bring a few dozen eggs or lead a bunch of chickens into your neighbor's base and just leave them there. It's terrible, because believe me, someone did this to me and it was very annoying just getting those chickens out of there. Granted, it's free food, but it's still fairly annoying. And number 10. You think you have a good gaming machine and you really want to test it. So load up a good amount of chickens, maybe over 200, and stand near them and compare how your frames drop when you're nowhere near the chickens. If you really want to push your machine to a good test, load up a shader like Silder's Fabulous Shaders or something like that, and increase the amount of chunks that your machine loads and see how your machine fares. That's usually a very good way to test your FPS. So there you have it, Minecraft friends, some useful and not so useful information regarding Minecraft's incredible edible chicken. So as a Minecraft player, you should be able to answer the ancient adage of which came first, the chicken or the egg. So if you have any comments, questions, or extra information regarding chickens, just please add them to the comment section below. And until next time, Doc Bone signing out.